Okay guys, so we're back in the game. We've upped the zombie count. We've turned off the mechs. And we're going to go over this little base we set up near the airfield here. And we're going to go over there and let's have a look. And see what how that's affected the spawn rate. And check that out. We'll probably die, but never mind. Let's give it a go. So the mechs should be turned off. That should be. What we're concentrating on basically is focusing on increasing the puppets. And making it harder that way. And what we'll find too is we're going to get a lot of the bomb ones as well. Get off, girl. And then inside buildings should be increased as well. Hasn't really alerted the other one yet for some reason. Yeah. Okay, let's head over here. And see what they're like in here. I don't normally see many in here. Oh. That's one of those guys. We got rid of him. Let's see if we can do this. If it makes any difference. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more around. Get off. There you go. That's got him. Any more in here? Nope, we're clear. Here they come. Take his legs out. What gets me is that it doesn't break the legs, but never mind. Is there any bomb guys here? That was a bomber. Let's get rid of this dude here for this. That's a tough one. Yeah, our stamina's just about... Oh my word! Our stamina's down. We got to take him out. Oh, we could... there's another one there? Why didn't that one go... There we go. And I think the other one is explosive over here too. Oh, I'm not going to go too close to that one. Let's check what we got. $54. Now the building should be... Whoop, what was that? The building should be upgraded a bit too. Let's have a look. I think we cleared that one. I'm not sure what's going on here. There we go. That's because we had them cleared. Yeah, there's quite a few in there now. Oh dear. Yeah, there's a lot in there. What happened there? Come on up, hey girl. Oh, where did you come from, buddy? Oh my god, they're everywhere. Okay, clear. Yeah, so the puppet count is really amped up on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is how we like it. Okay, we're back and we're just going to show you a few things on Admin Helper, how we can actually bring things into the game. I've put this here to make it easier so we can normally I have this on the second screen over here, and this would be my first screen and it's going to be full, but we've just reduced it all down so we can see what's going on here. So if we hit on a backpack and spawn it in, it's, if you see by the code, it's spawning it in there. Let's pick something else. Let's pick tactical vest. Actually, we can have one of them, one of them, one of them. Stab-proof vest. So it gives you all the excuse me, gives you all the stuff that would match that as well. Well, we can. Oh man, we're going to be really kitted out for the snow, right? Spawn them in. It just gives you really much whatever you want to get yourself set up. Okay, we're going to move this admin helper off here for now. Bring this down. And go tab. And then this is all the stuff we just spawned in from admin helper. Here we go. So what we can do is, I don't know what's going on with my voice. Sorry guys. Put that one on. Where did my other backpack go? Put him on. There we go. Disappeared over there for some reason. Then we don't need him anymore. Change the hat. And we got a few backpacks here. Change the boots. And don't really need that on, but we'll put it on. It's just for, this is just for show, basically just to see what it looks like. And now you're really kitted out. Alright, so there's a few ways to do it. And this is one of the easier ways. And then we're going to show you how to affect the server, like the spawn rate and the zombie count, and whether or not you want to have mechs on or off. So let's go to the next clip and we'll see how that's done. Basically, if you go to the main screen and you're gonna go to your start button and let's press %. You're gonna type Appdata %. And let's click into there. Now we have to go one down one level because we don't want the roaming. We're going to take it up and go local. You can always play this back a bit later if you want. And then these are in alphabetical order. Scum admin helper, we're going to show you that a bit later. So we need, right now we need Scum. And saved. And then this list will come up. And we need to go to the top one, which is config, and we need the Windows no editor. And then down here is the server settings, and this is for single player. Alright, looks a bit scary, but don't be daunted. Now don't mess with any of this code in here, and my suggestion is before you even begin, take a copy of this, copy this as it is, how you open it up for the first time, and save that to a separate spot before you adjust anything. Okay, so let's get into it. So max allowed animals, this is so animals, birds, zombies and wild pawns in the world. So that's the total amount of puppets in the world. And then we have exterior, so that's outside of buildings basically. That's in woods and in fields and all around. And then here, this is interior pawns, is how many puppets are inside buildings. And then this is an important one right here. So this is, in sentries are your mechs. So if you, some of these are numbers and some are yes or no. So if you want mechs in your server, you would put 1 and that turns him back on. If you want to get rid of mechs, type 0. Right, max allowed vehicles in the world. I don't know without looking really what the minimum was before, or what vanilla is. Vanilla, a lot of these settings are going to be on, like down here, these are all going to be 1s, right? They're all going to say yes. and where we've got delays and stuff, they're all going to be 1, or multipliers will be 1, right? So if we have max allowed pawns in the world is 1,000, and then we've got a multiplier down here of 4, then that's going to be 4,000, right? So that's a lot of zombies. So we got to be careful, one will affect the other, all right? So this is the modifier here. So exterior pawns in the world, so this is the modifier for it. So exterior pawns, the modifier is 2. That's like the multiplier. So if your exterior pawns here is 150 and the multiplier is 2, that means there's 300 in the world on your map, right? On here too, interior pawns, we've set that to 3 as a multiplier. And interior pawns here is 500, so there's 1500, right? It's pretty maxed out. I think we'll be more realistic if we put this to, let's say 220, right? So that'd be 660, and that would make more sense. Let's go down here. So this affects, these are more like to do with cooldowns, right? And what you can do to make sure, exterior pawn probability, this is a percentage, right? So if you want them to keep spawning all the time, 100%, you can make that 100, right? So I'm like going to change that to 80. Interior spawns, let's make that 80, right? So it's an 80% chance of probability that all of those are going to spawn all over. You want some chance in it, right? And also on different days of playing and different respawn cycles, there's different amounts. So if you always have it at 100, it's never going to change, right? So that you have to leave some probability in there in my mind. So this, you can actually alter the start time of the day and the time of day speed. So what does that mean? Basically, if this set at 1, the hours of daylight will be 6 hours of daylight. So if you set that to 0.5, then it would only run half as fast. So your time of day, a number of hours would be like 12, right? So there's a lot of hours of daylight. Darkness intensity, so some people like to leave that alone, so it's pretty dark at night. Right now we've got that set to 0.1, so that's the minimum, so that's the brightest it can be. If you want it dark as it can be, you're going to go to 1, right? So leave that at 1 if you want it dark at night. Storm probability again, if we want to leave it as it is vanilla, that would be a 1. If you don't want storms, or the best you can do is 0.1, or if you go 0.5, it's going to be half, right? Allow sector respawn, shelter, all this stuff, I would leave those at 1, otherwise you're never going to respawn basically. Random location price, so this is in fame, and you can set that to what you can make that 1,000 and 2,500. You can make it whatever you want. So if you die in the game, this is the price in fame to respawn. Location, so it's a random, sector, and then the shelter. You know what they are, right? And squad is just multiplayer. What else can we show you on here? So these are all cooldowns. Okay, so this is the items in the game. This is the loot. This is the loot in the game. So basically this is the probability multiplier for how much loot total there is all over the map, and that's maxed out at 10 for me. The vanilla is 1. Examine, so those are the crates and boxes that you, when you hit them and you press F, there's a little wheel that says examine, so it's all those containers. The probability in those is set to 9, right? And the same on here. So expiration timeout, so that's going to be despawn time. Spawner groups expiration time in minutes. Multiplier, so we set that at 9 minutes, whatever. Your main world events, right? So that's going to be an airdrop. That's about the only event we have right now. So time between events is 30. Time between max events I've got at 240. This is how long it takes for it to drop. Cargo drop full duration. This is the delay, so it's gonna say it's going to have this thing on your screen saying there's going to be an airdrop over here in B4 or whatever, right? And then this is the full duration. Again, this is in seconds. And then cargo self-destruct is in seconds. So that looks a high number, but that's seconds, right? So if you want, right now that's a fair long time, but sometimes I can be on 3 grids away, right? So it gives me time to get there, include this drop time, get in, unlock them all, loot, get the hell out of there before it blows up. Okay, sentry. So if you left Matey Boy on up here and you decided that you really wanted the mech in there, which is whatever you want to do, you can have him in there or turn him off, right? So sentries. So if you want the mech on, you can then turn that to a 1, and then we're going to come back down here, and this is how much damage. If you left him on, you can set this to, so 1 is vanilla. You know what damage he does on vanilla on a mech. So if you want only half the damage, you'd make that 0.5 if you're following along, right? Or minimum damage, so you can leave all the mechs on there and they can do minimum damage, so they're still going to be a pain. But bear in mind that we've really upped and ramped all of the puppets on the map too. So you can leave them on and ramp the puppets up, or you can turn these off and then really increase the puppets, right? So the amount of damage that the puppets do as well, I don't think that includes the exploders though. I'm not sure. They're still going to kill you, I think. Maybe. Basically the damage they do, if they want half damage, would be 0.5. So this is like a third damage. There's probably about 8 times more puppets, but they're only going to do a third of the damage. So if you get crowded in a corner, you're still dead, right? This is a building restriction, so this is a yes or no again. So use map-based building restriction. If you want the restriction turned off, which means you can build anywhere, make that 0. If you want to leave the restriction on, which is you can't build maybe inside a POI or whatever, I'm not sure what the restrictions are, to be honest with you. So certain parts of the map you cannot build. There's certain caves you can and can't build. There's certain things you can and can't do, right? If you want to take all those restrictions away, just make that 0. Otherwise, leave it alone, right? Scum vehicles. Basically what I did on mine was drop down the fuel drain from the engine, especially with the way the boats guzzle the gas right now. Maybe they'll make those and tweak those a little bit better on a patch. We'll see. So you can actually drop this down so they're going to use fuel more efficiently. And then battery drain, that's self-explanatory there. Battery drain, multiplier, and then the charge, right? So it charges up quicker. The dynamo it's not in the game right now, but they may add that. It's in the code, so they're going to add it, right? So there you are. So when you're done and you're happy with this, you're happy to an extent because you're not sure how it's going to perform yet, right? Well, it's going to perform well, but you're not happy if it's way too many puppets or not enough puppets, or the time of day is all out of whack, or but what I would do to start with is save it and then go in the game and test it. And if you're not happy, come back out here and then you know where to go to tweak it and change it to how you want it, right? So you can go Control S to save, or we can use the old school way and we can go File and Save. So we're going to come out of here. We don't need that anymore. Well, I hope the video helped you guys, helped you set up your solo server, and yeah, if you want to leave a like and subscribe, that would be good. Very helpful to the channel. We're just a young channel, just starting out, and every like counts big time. It's worth $1 million, so I'll send you the check in the mail. So yeah, there you go. There's Scum and how to set up your solo server. Thanks guys, we'll see you in the next one. Robbie Rust out.